Standing in a crowded room and I can't see your face. Put your arms around me, tell me everything's okay.
Hi, I'm CJ, and this is my model, Addison. Say hi, Addison.
Hi.
And we're going to teach you how to do a low bun for competition. So first, you want to brush their hair back. So Addison has a left part naturally, and we always part on the right. So you're going to brush all the hair back and make sure there's no tangles. Now you're going to take hairspray. I like to use Big Sexy Hair, it's a red can, but Addison uses Aussie. So we're going to spray all the hair. This is just so we can manipulate it a little bit easier with all the flyaways and things like that. So now I'm going to part it. I use a comb, but I don't have a comb currently, so I'm going to use a so we're going to do a right part. I look at Addison's eye and I go in the middle of her eye and I part straight back. Look down, Addison. It's a straight right part. So you did all that work, so you want it to stay. So I am going to spray it and let it dry for a second. Now I'm going to take some gel because Addison has a little bit of flyaways and this is not her natural part. So it's gonna, since it's not her natural part, the hair is going to try and go back to where it's supposed to go. So she uses Bed Head Manipulator, which is actually really good, but you can use whatever you want. But if you're looking for a good gel, Bed Head is great. You want the hair to go behind the ears. So I'm just working everything back because we're going into a low ponytail next. Okay, so now this is called a smoothing brush. I'm using a smoothing brush. This is just a cheap brand, Conair. You can get it at Walmart or pretty much anywhere. But they have different kinds of smoothing brushes. But this is really helpful if you have thin hair and it just moves around and it bumps up easily. So now I'm just smoothing Addison's hair. I'm pushing it all back. I'm gonna grab a hairband, and she has black headbands today, which really she has brown hair, so you should look for the brown headbands. If your child has blonde hair, get the light headbands, and black hair, obviously get the dark headbands. But you want everything to match the color. So bobby pins, hair ties, and everything needs to be as close to the color of your child's hair. So now I'm just going to start framing this low ponytail. Make sure you get all the flyaways. Now, when I get the hair in a little pony, you can obviously see there's bumps. So I'm going to hold it and I'm going to spray. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start smoothing into my hair.
Standing in a crowded room and I can't see your face.
So now I'm just smoothing, I'm grabbing the low pony. Don't get frustrated, it just does take a long time, depending on the texture of your child's hair. Alright, so it looks pretty smooth. So now I'm gonna go to about half of an inch away from the bottom of her hairline. So you don't want the low pony to be in the middle of her head or like past, like just sitting on her back. You do want it half an inch above the hairline. Okay. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna spray. Close your eyes and let it dry. And then you're gonna use your hands and just kind of make sure all these flyaways are good. Now Addison has a little bit of a bang, so I'm just gonna go in with the gel to really make sure it doesn't come up throughout the day. Addison now is gonna spin and show you this step and what it should look like before you actually do the donut bun. So, next step is you take the hairspray and you're gonna spray, okay, the ponytail. Okay, this is gonna help because when you flip your hair, you don't want all those layers and all those flyaways to pop up. Okay, to the bottom. Okay. Okay, so donut. She has a brown donut, she has brown hair. Okay, if that child has blonde hair, you need a blonde donut. For the low bun, you do not want to have a small donut because then you're gonna have a little tiny bun. Okay, so you want medium to large donuts. This is a medium size. I would actually, for her, probably go for a large because she has thick hair. So you just put your hand through the donut, grab the ponytail, and pull the ponytail through, okay, and then tighten it up. Flip your hair forward. She drops her head, and then at this point, hopefully you can see, you definitely don't want this. Okay, you want it to naturally just go around the donut, making it as smooth as possible and covering the donut fully. You definitely don't want this, okay? So covering that donut and smooth. Now, don't forget this step. You need to spray. Take your hands and start forming that shape before you even put any kind of hairbands on. Okay. Now you can already tell it's shaping, it's getting there. One more good spray. Make sure the donut's not showing. Okay. Grab another hairband. Okay. And on this one, you're just gonna do it one time. Whoops. So that can't happen. And that's why we just go and we gotta work this a little bit. Okay. You can pull the hair and then you just push this headband all the way around. Okay. There. Now, right here, you just want to spray. So I only went around once. I did not tie it again because if you do that, things are going to start bumping up and being weird. Okay, so the first headband, you just put it around the bun. Now, the second hairband, you'll tie it twice. So I'm gonna go around, hold the bun, and go around twice. Okay, now that headband that's only on there once, at this point, you can take the headband off or you can tie it around twice, depending on if your child has really thick hair and you want 2 headbands in there. Okay, so at this point, this is what it should look like. You have all this hair coming around, but the actual bun is very nice and covered. Okay. So this is my least favorite part, but a very important part. So you're gonna take all this hair and you're basically gonna wrap it and hide it behind the bun. Okay, so you're gonna take a little bit, take it, wrap and pin. Wrap. Okay, chin up, Addison. Okay, so at this point you're like, wow, that looks crazy and messy. That's okay, because we have a braid to cover all that. We just wanted to wrap it and make it real tight. Don't forget about your trusty friend hairspray. That's gonna keep everything nice. And so on this, very easy. Put it around the bun. Okay. Twist it so the braid is on top. And now you wrap over all that ugly, wrapped, bobby pinned hair. And now we pin everywhere. And We spray a lot. So some tips. If your child has really short hair or layered hair or both, get a hairnet. And at that point, before I started to wrap, still try and wrap and pin, but then take the hairnet, wrap it around all of the bun and all of the hair and just tighten it up. Because otherwise you're gonna be pinning and there's gonna be 100 pins in her hair and it's gonna fall out anyways. Make sure that everything, I've already said this, matches the hair color as close as possible. Do not rush the smoothing process into the low ponytail. That's the most important part, okay? Competition clip, bacon strip, is what the girls call it. We wear it on our right side, okay, low, next to the braid. Do not take this and stick it all the way through the hair because then you're gonna have to start over because you're gonna get this big old bump over here, okay? So you just take a little piece of hair, slide it through, and then slide it down, okay? Okay, so turn, you love it, it's beautiful. So before we go on to makeup, some things that you'll need, okay? Medium to large donut, bingo, braid, hairspray, gel, bobby pins, a comb for the part, a brush to brush the hair, and then a smoothing brush, and then hair ties, okay? All the colors matching the color of the hair. Those are the things that you will need. For the minis Pink Panther, you'll need 2 small to medium, depending on the thickness of the child's hair, donut buns, a comb, a brush, a smoothing brush, hairspray, gel, bobby pins, and hair ties.